Alright, so I've been playing this game for a couple months now. Kind of when they start dropping keys on, Twitch and everything. And today I'm going to talk about the full experience. Why I keep coming back to this game, because I know I talked about why you should come to the game, but I haven't talked to people about why I stay in the game. So this is Nappy. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe for me. Yeah, let's get started. So I'm just going to talk about, as I said, what makes the game fun for me. Hopefully this inspires people who maybe be looking into the game, or maybe people who put it down for a minute that really missed the game to come back. But yeah, first I'm going to tell you about why I think this game has a pretty good skill gap. So I consider this game a mix of Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege. While it doesn't have the destruction of Rainbow Six Siege and it's not cartoony like Overwatch, it still has the hero shooter mixed with the tactical prowess. And I feel as though a lot of people can pick the game up very easily. It's not a hard game to pick up. You can play 2-3 matches and kind of understand, I should be undercover, I should do this, I should do that. But to master the game, it takes time. Now, I learned that the hard way. I played my first 10 matches. My first 10 matches, I just won. I picked up the game. When I first picked up the game, my cousin brought it, actually. He brought the Founders Pack. So I got to play Vi. Vi is my favorite rogue in this game. When I was playing her, I was like, yo, this character is crazy. I'm going ham. I'm going like 26 and 21 and strike out. And then I went to demo and it looked bad. I was down bad for a minute. And, that's what I like about the game. It lets you, think it's easy, and then it flips the switch. So now when you switch modes, you have to change kind of your mindset. I do like the tactical prowess of the game. As you see, I'm playing Saint. You see, I'm kind of playing very safe. I'm playing aggressive because the enemy team is not respecting me a little bit, but I'm still playing very safe, trying to play behind cover, trying to pick and choose my battles. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where the game thrives. I feel like once you play it a while, you're gonna plateau. You're gonna get to a point to where you plateau. Maybe you can't make it over a certain damage threshold, or maybe you keep getting caught out on a certain map. Maybe you just don't know where to be and when to be at a certain spot. And eventually you'll start picking up little tidbits. It's like a fighting game to me. You start picking up little tidbits and you see like, oh wait, I shouldn't be there. Let me change my positioning. Ooh, let me rotate the long ways instead of going straight through mid. If I land at this time, they should land at this time. That means I can push this point. And you just start to learn how to read the map, read what's going on, when to play aggressive, when to play slowly. And it's just that learning curve and that threshold. Breaking that threshold is the best feeling in this game. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this game has Rainbow Six Siege levels of a learning curve. It's like right under Rainbow Six Siege. It's not as easy as Overwatch, but it's not as hard as Rainbow Six Siege. But it's pretty close to being a Rainbow Six Siege learning curve. And that's just my opinion. But moving on, the ability to solo carry in this game is something different. So this is kind of following up on the learning curve thing. Once you get past that plateau, when you can solo carry a game, it feels so good. So many different games have, like Overwatch. Overwatch, in my opinion, you cannot solo carry. It's too team dependent. I don't like games. I could play a game that has a team, but I don't like being held down by my team. That's why I kind of bounce back and forth between League of Legends. That's why I don't play Overwatch anymore, because I feel as though those games are too team dependent. You need your team to carry, regardless if you're a DPS and you're going off. If you are a Genji in that game and yeah, you're going off, but your team is dying, guess what? You're going to die too. In this game, you have so much potential to outplay somebody, starting with a 3v4. Like, I never feel overwhelmed unless it's a 2v4 or a 1v4. That's the only time I'm like, oh, this is going to be rough. But even a 3v4, as long as you have one other decent player and you can get a pick, I don't ever feel as though I'm held down. Of course, a 4v4 would be ideal, but even if you're carrying a 4v4, it's even better. It's better when you get those clutch situations where you're just sitting there and you got to kill 2 or 3 people and disarm the bomb, and then you actually do it and you're like, damn, I feel good about myself. I miss having games like that. We haven't had games like that in a minute. I mean, we still got Rainbow Six Siege and, CSGO, but a new IP that does that, we haven't had one of those in a while, and I don't count Call of Duty for it. Call of Duty is like, man, it's like I just run out and shoot, but that's a whole different story. But I'm going to move on to my last thing. I think the characters in this game is very diverse, as in, I don't feel as though every character does the same thing. Even though they can attribute to different roles and do kind of like something like a flanker. Everybody in the game can flank, right? But you have people that excel at it, like a Lancer. She excels at flanking and starting fights. You have people like Dahlia that just came out that excels at getting people back into the fight. Trench that excels at shutting down the area by himself. You have characters that excel at these things. I feel like even the weakest character, which I believe is Chalk, I feel like Chalk excels at 2v1s. You get him in a 2v1 situation and a good Chalk is going to take over by himself. So I feel like every character has their set roles of what they can do. And it's like we're not crossing in between other characters. Yeah, we might fit the same, category. Like Dallas and Talon are both intels, but they don't play the same. Dallas plays more as I can stop your push at any point in time because I can tell where somebody is at any point in time. While Talon is, I don't have to be at the point. I can set a dart to guard the point for me, and if we see people over there, all we have to do is rotate. And you won't even notice it. They play totally different. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, I feel like going back to learning curve, because that is the major thing for me. Each character has a easy to play, hard to master, or easy to play, easy to master play style. Like I feel like Trench has a high learning curve because you need to know how to place all his utilities for you to thrive in the game. I feel like Talon has a high ceiling curve because if you don't know how to throw your mad dart and you don't know how to use your mad hands to grab items, grab your dart to get it out of danger while somebody's shooting at it, or even in a 2v1 situation where you can't reload and you got your pistol, but you got an AK on the other side, but you don't want to expose yourself, it takes a high level of skill and a high level of IQ to know these situations. Especially for characters like Lancer, especially Phantom. Phantom is the definition of my character is made by me. If you can play Phantom at a high skill level, I think you'll thrive so much in this game because she is so powerful when you have somebody that knows what she's doing, but she is terrible if you're terrible with her. But those are just 3 reasons why I personally love the game. Now, it might be a little bit different for you, and I would love if you leave a comment in the comment section about it. Some people might want to go to the competitive scene, even though I have my own ideas of the competitive scene. Some people might like the competitive scene. Some people might just like the community. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is different. Me, I love just the skill gap and basically everything it brings, from the characters to the will to carry yourself to just the skill gap in general. Feeling like you actually achieved something, feeling like you're actually getting better in the game. But other than that, this is Nappy. I'm out. Peace.